Yo, what is going on, guys? It is your boy Kimbo here, and it's time for an epic video. So we got a discussion video here, man. It's been a bit since been able to do this. Not too many left because obviously just getting in the last realm of Beyblade Burst, that being Burst Ultimate, but got some more news and information today. So I'm sure you've seen it from other YouTubers and such. It's big time news, and it's really awesome, man. And also doing it in the great outdoors, man, because you already know. Look at that. Look at the valley. That view of the valley is freaking insane. And you already know it's like the perfect backdrop for these types of videos. So, yeah, getting some news about Random Booster Volume 29. It's crazy to think. We've never had it where one series has had 29 random boosters, you guys. We're definitely going to get to 30. I don't know if they're going to go past 30, or if they're just going to stop it at 30. But if we get 30 plus, that would be really cool. Yeah, because there's so many things that they could do with the random boosters, honestly. There's so many parts they can go back and do recolors for. But yeah, whether it's like Super King base, because I did that in Random Booster 28, or some recolors of some Dynamite battle parts. But yeah, dude. But anyways, getting into it, Random Booster Volume 29. So the bay for it, the prize bay is Chain Kerbeus. That's the name of it. And we're getting another Kerbeus or Kerbeus, potato, whichever way you say it. And I'm big time hyped. So Kensuke or Ken getting his flowers, getting his roses and such, man. It's sad that we never saw him with the Bay after season 1. He had the Zack the Sunshine effect, where we didn't see him after the first season. Except we saw him in the second season, except he didn't have like a Bay then. He didn't have Guardian Kerbeus, which was a wasted opportunity. Even if he came in and did the Wakia thing, like he battled one time. Wakia battled one time in Super King, with Jet Wyvern, and then after that we didn't see Wakia with Bay again, which was sad. We never saw the full extent of the power of Jet Wyvern. It took multiple bays to take it down, just incomplete storytelling in my view. But especially for Ken or Kensuke, him showing up in season 2 and not having Guardian Kerbeus definitely bummed me out. But at least we got Guardian Kerbeus now. But he's getting his roses, by them putting out Kerbeus with this booster. So yeah, two things with this. The first thing I'll talk about is the random booster. So random booster 29, the lineup's looking really sick. I'm one that I'll look at like the main layers and such, but I never look at like the discs or the drivers because I like being like surprised on that. But yeah, besides like the prize base sometimes, But yeah, so I think with this, it's got like a new disc with it. I think they're giving it, it's a Yard Dash, which is like an interesting case for it. Like, okay, we've never seen a dash driver on Yard, and it's a big-time defensive driver that doesn't have any crazy stamina or LAD or anything. And I'm like, okay, it's an interesting part. I think it would have been cooler if they did like Yard Metal Dash, but they're keeping it where Yard Metal's locked in with Big Bang Genesis. But just with the metal ball on the inside, the bays tend to perform better. Like Yard Metal performing better than Yard did, Orbit Metal performing better than Orbit did, et cetera, and hoping to see some more like Atomic Metal. That would be cool. But like how we got Charge Metal, But yeah, dude, overall it's looking like a pretty cool bay, and I think it's got like the kind of stopper, like they built in like rubber stopper getaway type thing with the actual core. So it's basically like a right rotation Bahamut, which is honestly really big. Like it's a right rotation Bahamut type core where it's got the slopes with it, but it's also got the rubber stopper. And with Bahamut, it's really defensive, man. That stopper makes it really strong. So even metal drivers, normally having the issue of, it could wear away the teeth and everything, not having that issue. With this type of, core, having that stopper and such with it with the slopes, so it won't have as much wear. So honestly, for right rotation combos, this is big. So Kerbeus, I could definitely imagine it being a really competitive core because, having that stopper, you put it on dash drivers or metal drivers or such, and it makes it really tough to burst whatever combo you make with it. That's going to make that core really strong. The Kerbeus core, like I said, right rotation Bahamut type core, it's going to make it really good. So even like combos like Dynamite Kerbeus will be wild. Even attacking combos with the Kerbeus core, it's going to be a really versatile core and a really good one, man, just like how Bahamut is. But yeah, overall, it's going to be like a raw defense type. Stamina-wise, it should be decent. I mean, Dynamite battle bays tend to be, I don't know if it's windy or not, if you're hearing the wind or such, but just why I'm talking a little bit louder. But it should be really defensive. But it's going to be like a raw defense bay, you know, having the better balance of the dynamite battle system, you know, that being yard. It'll probably still circle around a bit, but it has the up burst resistance. So it's going to be near impossible to burst this thing. The main way of beating it will probably be KOs and spin finishes and such. But yeah, definitely glad to see Kerbeus getting its props and such. If I were to do it, I would have done either, like I said, yard metal or debut atomic metal. Because, yeah, I really, really want to see like them make it a metal ball with atomic before it's all said and done. Because it'll make atomic that much stronger. Because atomic's still decent with like same spin, and opposite spin it's been decent with the stamina and LAD. I mean, you know, back during like Cho-Z, like Sally combos with like atomic and such, like. Yeah, it's pretty decent with the stamina and LAD. And if they made that ball on the inside metal, it would just make it that much more stronger with both same spin and opposite spin, man. But yeah, so overall, really, really hyped for it. I think there's like what? They probably have like two chain bays are in it. There's a remake, I believe, of Drigger V2, because we haven't seen Drigger V2. You know, so another Plastic Gen remake. Some people be like, oh, we're getting another Plastic Gen Bay. If you're a Plastic Gen fan, it'll be big time hype. I'm excited for it because it's another Bay we haven't seen and them doing another remake. I'm really just hoping they do the 4D remakes, like some of them before they end this off. I'm hoping they do a 4D set, like for real, because I really want to see like Big Bang Pegasus, El Drago Destroy, Fang Leon, Phantom Orion, bays like that getting their props. Even like you could do Flash Sagittario, high yielding, easy as pie to do that. And then Diablo Nemesis put like Trick or Trick Dash on it, you know. But all the parts are there for sure. Like Pegasus Ultimate Reboot Dash, El Drago, Generate Dash, Metal Generate, whatever they want to do. Phantom Orion, Bearing Dash, Bearing Metal if they want, or like Metal Bearing, you know. At this point, I don't even think it would hurt having the Metal Bearing, just up the weight and such. You know, they might as well like Metal Cap and then, you know. But yeah, Fang Leon, like Metal Wave or Wave Dash, even with that, or High Wave Dash, whatever they want to do. Like I said, Flash Sagittario could be high yielding. Diablo Nemesis could be Trick Dash because it switches through the different modes. That's the closest thing I see to Diablo Nemesis gimmick. Honestly, that or like Trans, but you know, we've seen Trans before and Trick just being so unpredictable, like how Diablo Nemesis can switch in the middle of battle. But yeah, man, just hoping they do some more MFB remakes. But you know, in general, getting another Plastic Gen remake, it seems like they'll go all the way through, like at least the V2s. So we got Dragoon, we got Dronzer as well, Dronzer V2, Dragoon V2. Now getting Drigger V2 with this. So you can imagine Dracio V2 being released in probably like next booster or something, or like down the line at some point before they end this off. At least going through the V2 bays, you know. I'm just really hoping they get those 4D remakes in there for MFB, because there's so much they can work with. Even Blitz Striker, like Blitz Unicorno, they can put like Hunter Dash on it, or Metal Hunter, or whatever they want to put for it. That would even work. Varieris, Zeta Dash, Metal Zeta, whatever the heck they want to put with it. That would work too. That would take up a perfect spot. Yeah. The other bays are what, like Cyclone Valkyrie, which that's cool, and it's got the Valkyrie 2 core. Also, what else? Am I forgetting any? Roar? Yeah, Roar Spriggan, I think, is with this, and it looks like, you know, what the heck is it? The freaking Gold Bahamut. They had a Gold Arc Bahamut for a random booster back, and it looks kind of like that with the gold and such. I don't know if it's paying reference to that, but, you know, it kind of looks like that. But yeah, dude, overall, pretty hyped for this booster. Once again, like 6 bays with it. But just looking at the layers themselves, I'd probably give this booster a solid, I don't know. Oh, there's one I forgot. That's right. I think, what, Dynamite? Dynamite's one of the bays. Yeah, so they're probably going to have it where you can get the parts for other bays with it. So Dynamite, yeah, Dynamite Kerbeus, or Kerbeus. Being the next bay that's in there. And another Dynamite that's got it going like a little bit down. I think like just they put out so many Dynamite recolors. If they would have put in a Devil Blade, that would have been all good, because like, you know, I've only seen one recolor of the Devil Blade, which is pretty rare, but we've seen Dynamite so many times. Even if they would have put like Devil in there, I think that would have worked. But you know, I mean, it is what it is. So yeah, but yeah, I just think like that drops the points for this booster a little bit. I mean, looking at the top parts for it, I'd give it a solid, I'd say a solid 7, you know, Because I mean, a recolor for Cyclone, which you gotten like one recolor for it before. Same thing with Dynamite. We've seen a lot of recolors for that. But I mean, a recolor for Roar is pretty cool. You know, I've only seen a couple of those before this point, so getting another Roar is pretty cool. Seeing Chain in this, a new part and stuff with it, and you know, new parts with the actual prize bay. No parts being completely reused with it. Yeah, so solid with that. Yeah, man, I'd say like a solid 7. Maybe the parts can make it go up a bit more, but for now, giving it like a solid 7. But yeah, overall doesn't seem like a too bad of a booster. But yeah, so I'm pretty hyped for it. And also, news on like the June release. It's gonna be Dragon, so we're getting a new Dragon, Gatling Dragon. I think that's the way you pronounce it. Seems like it's gonna be really similar to it looks like it has a similar shape to a combination of both Tempest and Imperial. So, you know, the overall shape of it, looking at it right away, seems like kind of Imperial vibes, but then having the gimmick for Tempest where they stick out and such. Like Imperial having the gimmick where like the points stick out over time and they're locked in, but then having the Tempest gimmick where you can like launch it really hard, the points stick out, makes it have more attack and such. So kind of a combination of Imperial and Tempest. Honestly, perfect evolution for it for sure. You see all the parts of the previous dragons with it. Yeah, I think it's got like what, Karma for the disc, which honestly not even upset about that. And that seems like a reference to Louis as well, because Louis having Guilty with Karma, how Drum and Louis teamed up, you know, during the battles in Sparking or Super King. So having Karma, paying homage to Longinus a little bit with that, then putting Karma on it, I think that's a really, really good choice for sure. And then I think it's what, Charge Metal Dash they're putting on this, which not too upset about that, you know. I mean, it makes full sense. Like Charge Metal, it's what I had before. But just having a dash this time, yeah. And them probably being like, we're not going to make another high charge because they did already high charge dash with the random booster. So they're just going with a regular charge metal. They didn't want to do like high charge metal dash. That might have been too much. Like you have a high driver, metal driver as well, and then a dash driver, all in that. So, you know, it makes sense that they're doing charge metal dash for it. Yeah, hopefully has some pretty good attack with it, and hopefully has some pretty good weight. You know, it's a dragon. They tend to make the dragons pretty heavy. So, yeah. I'm definitely looking forward to that. Some big time news. We're not getting as many releases, of course, because it's the last season for Beyblade Burst. We're not getting a show with it, of course, at this point, which is sad, because the potential was there, man. Like, imagine like Drum showing up with the Gatling Dragon, or having Ken or Kensuke show up with Chain Kerbeus. It was just wasted potential. I'll say it until like, I'll say it for the rest of the days of Beyblade Burst, you know, just wasted potential. They could have had a season 7 for the show, but, you know, unfortunately it wasn't to be. But it is what it is. At least we're still getting some bays coming out, and big time hype for sure. And also, Dragon coming with the D attachment. Yeah, like the D gear, I think it's called. So, you know, when it comes to Divine Belial, which I will be getting it when I can, you know. So no worries about that. Seems like, well, you know, it's got like the whole entire gimmick of like, oh, Divine Belial having all these different gears with it. So it could fit like the old gears, it could fit the new gears now. So we got a D gear coming with Dragon. We're gonna probably get an Achilles, so A gear with that. The ones besides that don't know, but you know, it'll be like a similar thing as, you know, like the perfect Belial, except with different gears this time. Probably they'll make it more jagged, so it has more attack as it goes along, because it doesn't seem like Divine stock-wise has that much stamina or LAD or anything. But, you know, at least compared to like the other base, because I mean Divine just being like jagged shaped, like how Dangerous was, and Dangerous doesn't have the craziest stamina or anything. So yeah, I think Dynamite being the most balanced out of them. But yeah, still really, really hyped to see the remaining bays that we get. Honestly, just hoping for you know, some other cool gimmicks. It would be wild if they did like an Apocalypse or a Genesis. Like they do like one piece for it, like the kind of yeah, like the Apocalypse Genesis effect, I'll call it. Like how they did with Greatest Raphael, where Raphael was one piece that you couldn't interchange or anything. They do the same thing with like an Apocalypse or a Genesis or something. It'll be really cool to see that, like a Mugen Lock System Bay in this format. But maybe they're like, oh, that might be too much. Like, how would you be able to burst it? Well, you know, like I said, it being one piece, and then they just do the similar gimmick. You hit the front of it, it bursts or such. Something like that. But, yeah, dude, overall, really, really hype. Just going into, like, being in the spring, going into the summer, seeing the releases we're going to get, that we're getting some more bays. Definitely hype for sure, man. But, yeah, so anyways, guys, that's basically everything for this discussion video on the latest random booster and Gatling Dragon. So definitely hyped to see them, see how they perform and such. I definitely see Gatling being pretty strong. I mean, Tempest was strong with some combos big time, so them upgrading it with Gatling, definitely excited to see that. And the Kerbeus chip, definitely see that being usable for sure. Chain itself, having the rubber on the outside, like rubber chains, kind of like a cushion gimmick with it, like how Kerbeus had in the past with like Hazard and such. Definitely interested to see how that's going to go. If it is really, really defensive, that'll be really cool. But yeah, so I'm also thinking about that. The rubber on the outside maybe could be used for spin steal because it has the rubber cushion on the outside. So, you know, against the opposite spin, maybe it could steal spin having that rubber with the right parts. But yeah, guys, so anyways, that is going to do it for this discussion video. I know I haven't been doing as many live streams because obviously the show ending. But I'm having a live stream. I'm basically having like 2 live streams a month. So in the middle of the month and then the end of the month, I'll have a live stream. So be on the lookout this weekend, aka probably like maybe, I don't know if tomorrow or the day after. Maybe tomorrow, maybe the day after, who knows. But I'll do a little like live stream, a little Q&A live stream. It's supposed to be nice, so I'll probably just have it outside so you guys can see the background and such with it too. But yeah, so that's everything for this discussion video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Like I said, if the parts do come out, like, don't let me know about them. Like, you know, for the other bays, I want them to be like a big type surprise. I like them being a surprise for the boosters. But yeah, so anyways, hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, be sure to slice that like button down below. Let me know how I did. If you're new to my channel, definitely be sure to subscribe for some epic content because I upload daily. And if you haven't already, be sure to ring that bell by my channel name so you're notified whenever I upload a video. So yeah, guys, till next time, it is your boy Kimbo signing off. See you guys later. Thanks so much for watching. Until then, stay awesome and cool shoot. I'm up out of here.